A long-awaited report says there is credible evidence that Australian elite soldiers unlawfully killed 39 people during the Afghan war. It has uncovered what the head of Australia's armed forces says is a shameful record of a warrior culture among some soldiers. He's apologised to the Afghan people. From Sydney, Shaimaa Khalil reports.
These are Australia's elite troops, risking their lives in Afghanistan. Their mission was to help the people against the Taliban insurgency.
It's May 2012 and the soldiers of 3 Squadron SAS are heading north from their base.
But this Australian documentary claimed unarmed civilians were unlawfully killed by some of those special forces.
The target is an insurgent bomb maker.
Now, after a 4-year internal inquiry, the Australian Defence Force has revealed that what some of these soldiers did on the battleground could potentially be a war crime.
Leave! Quiet!
These findings allege the most serious breaches of military conduct and professional values. The killing, the unlawful killing of civilians and prisoners is never acceptable.
The inquiry found credible evidence that 39 Afghan men and teenagers had been unlawfully killed. Allegations include junior soldiers being coerced into executing prisoners to get their first kill, in a practice known as blooding, and that weapons were planted on victims to make it look like the killings were legitimate. The defense chief apologized to the Afghan people and said the alleged violations would have devastated the lives of families and communities, causing immeasurable pain and suffering. And many know that suffering all too well. This man told us about the day his brother was allegedly killed by Australian troops.
We were fishing and having a picnic. Around noon, the foreigners carried out their raid. They arrested my brother and took him to a corner. A few minutes later, they shot him in the head 3 times, and once in his stomach. Once they'd left, we went over and saw my brother's dead body lying on the ground.
A special investigator will now be appointed to look at the findings, gather evidence, and then present it to the public prosecutor. It's a process that could take years.
It may well take just as long for the culture inside the Defence Force to change, but the leaders know there is no other choice if they were to restore the military's tarnished image. Shaimaa Khalil, BBC News, Sydney.